Hello.
Hi,
Hello, how are you? Just
I'm
me
good,
and you
thanks.
today.
It is. It's regularly just me and you, but I don't mind it that way. I love the other girls, but I like it when it's just us chatting. Get
So,
more airtime.
get more. I'll let EJ know that and stuff. I'll let EJ and Liz know that you get more airtime. So, what's been going on this week?
Oh, it's been a crazy week for me.
Yeah,
uh, I've had two birthdays, a 9 year
yes,
old, an 11-year-old.
yes.
So my 9 year old, he turned 9 on Saturday, and I had 6 boys round to stay over. And then my daughter turned 11 on Monday. She had 8 girls around for the day, and then for 6 hours they were there, and then two of them stayed overnight. So I am just recovering.
I don't know how you do it. I literally have no idea
Well, I don't think
how.
I've done any work for the last week. It feels like that. So today I'm supposed to be getting on with some work. So that is my plan for after this call. Actually get some work done.
So when you say about work, you're talking about business work, like
Yes.
what puts food on the table
Yeah,
and stuff,
bringing in some money.
bringing in some. Do you know what's so interesting? And I don't know if anybody else feels like this. So I get up fairly early. I'll get up about 5:30ish. Like if I have a good night's sleep, I'll get up about 5:30, and um I'll normally pop into the office, put some stuff out. Hi, Amelia. Amelia, I've been trying to reach out to you. Message me. So I'll sort of like touch on bits of work, and then I'll what's the word? And then I'll sort of like do my practice, my meditation, my prayers, and everything else. And then if there's healing to be done for clients, I'll do it in the morning. I always I tended to make myself feel guilty that I didn't start work sometimes till about 10, 11 o'clock. And it's only recently where I've gone, yeah, but you're still working. It's just that you're not sat at your desk
Yeah.
and stuff. So,
And I said if I only classed my time at my desk as working, that would mean I never work because I hardly ever sit at my desk.
right. So it's interesting. It was just an interesting aha moment for me where I was like, actually, we work longer than what we give ourselves credit for, because you're saying you haven't worked, but actually, hi, your fave, but actually you've been working with the kids. Like you've had 2 birthday parties and a hot tub to deal with.
Yeah, and that's it. And there's always questions. I'm lucky that I've got people who work for me. So,
Yeah,
like in the property business, I've got my VA, so she's always
yeah,
asking me questions, and I
yeah.
tell her she needs to keep asking me, even though it annoys me when she asks me. But I'm like,
Oh,
she has so many questions, but it's brilliant at the same time because I need that person, because I'm the ideas person. I'm not the attention to detail person. So having someone else in my business who's going, Rochelle, what was this payment for? Why have we made this? We need to pay this. There's no money in that bank account to pay that thing. Like I need her to be on me.
yeah.
Then I've got my mum. She goes out and does a lot of the viewings of properties. So she's actively like viewing, even though I've been off like looking after the kids. And then my partner Chris, like project managers, more like on the ground renovations. So
Mm,
like he's been telling me he needs to order doors. He needs to. I need to pay for the kitchen tomorrow. So there's all these things going on in the background where I'm saying I'm not working, but actually I very rarely shut off from
yeah,
business.
yeah. And whilst you have a village supporting you, I'm standalone.
I know.
I'm standalone. But I do have a couple of people who sort of like support me on and off and stuff. But it is there's always stuff that's happening, and I explained it to my mum the other day. I was like, I'm the security guard, receptionist, cleaner, canteen worker. Imagine a workplace. I'm that person. And I'm having to be really, 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 really careful. about my time and also my energy levels and everything else and stuff. I feel like I'm actually my own pranic healing client, where I'm always healing myself for energy and healing myself for stress and healing myself for focus and stuff. Like literally, I'm like that.
But what a skill and gift to be able to do that. Like you're feeling ill or you're feeling tired, to be able to like heal yourself in that way is amazing.
I'm very lucky, very, very lucky. Because I'll be honest with you, like I don't know how I do it, and I still drop some balls. Like I've got a proposal that I should have done on Monday. I'm finishing it today. It had to be, and do you know what the funny thing is? It's not that I couldn't have done it on Monday, but I'm very much that person where if I am not fully energetic and feeling it and stuff, I won't submit something because I just feel like you're bound to miss something out and everything else and stuff. So I'll pass on my apologies and deliver it. But I didn't say to them I'd get it on Monday. I said I'll do it over the weekend, so I can still say, well, is it not your weekend yet? It's my weekend. But yeah, so yeah, but it's all fun and games. And like this morning, so today I put out so I've got pranic healing sessions going because I'm going away. I'm going to a retreat from Tuesday onwards. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday onwards. So Tuesday evening. And so I'm saying to people, book your pranic healing sessions now, because if you're stressed, anxious, or you've got either physical or mental ailments, or you're not sure, but you know that there's something off, message me. Let's get your healing done, because I've got a great discount. And I've just put a message out, and I've actually just got a client who's in ICU in America. So I've been healing him this morning. And then I've also got a tummy bug that I've got, well, not me, but a client's got a tummy bug. So I've been working on that. And it's actually generated quite a lot of queries, but now I'm going to have to say to them, hurry up, because you just never know, that time might.
And often people wait, don't they, with illnesses? They feel something, they have a niggle, they're feeling unwell, and they put it off until the body doesn't allow them to put it off anymore. So,
yeah, 100%. And it's, and then people say to me, well, how long will it take to get rid of my stress? I was like, well, how long have you had the stress for? And they go, oh God, yes. I'm like, so can you see how unreasonable it is to ask me how long it's going to happen? Sometimes we get relief almost immediately, but I never guarantee it. And what have you? So yeah. Anyway,
brilliant.
What we talking about? What else has been happening this week?
I also said I'd not been doing much work, but one thing I did do was manage, while I'd got 6 boys in the house, I managed to tune into Alex Hormozi's live stream on Saturday. I actually missed the first bit, so I need to go back and watch it, because I think that was where he was giving all the value. But I saw him deal stacking, and we love a good deal stack. And yeah, and I think it was, for me, like a masterclass in how to like bring in an audience to your masterclass, and how to deliver an offer and make it an absolute no-brainer, where people just feel stupid for not buying it. And obviously we're both business owners, and as a business owner, our first job is to be a marketer. And so many business owners don't understand that. Like, you're good at something, like you can heal people, you've got all this like intuition and business knowledge, but that doesn't sell itself. You need to be able to market yourself, you need to be able to put yourself out there, and he's just demonstrated it amazingly. And what I've loved is seeing all the comments on social media. So many people who didn't have a clue who he was. So I know people who've watched before, and it says it under my name, I do property, but I also teach people how to get visible on LinkedIn as well. I love visibility. So seeing how people went from not having a clue who he was to having a news feed full of his name and not being able to ignore him was just like amazing. But then also seeing the negative comments as well.
Yeah, the negative comments have been fun. So I've known Alex. No,
personally.
So I've known about Alex since. I don't know. I think I heard about him when he did his is it 100 million leads or something, like his last book, his book before this one?
Yeah, Leads.
Yeah, it's the Leeds one. And I remember just watching him. And if I'm really honest, yeah, that's it, 100 million pounds. Yeah, look at you doing all the ads. And I loved the way he broke the internet. And I can't remember how it worked out. I think we're all on Zoom and he broke Zoom. Like, it was sensational. But I don't think I was advanced enough in my marketing experience to appreciate it as much as I appreciated it now. And also knowing the history of him as well, because obviously he's a student of the amazing Russell Brunson, which for me is a stamp in itself. Because for me, Russell literally wrote the books on why everything was done. Like, anybody else who's come afterwards has never really explained why we do a lot of stuff. Like, I always go back to sequences, like email sequences. Like, nobody ever explained to me about email sequences the way Russell's explained it. And as soon as he explained it, I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't say invented, because I can't, that's a massive claim, but he definitely is a pioneer in this, because nobody else explains it the way he explains it. That was it. The soap opera sequence.
Yeah.
The whole soap opera sequence, that was it. So yeah, so I really like that. But this launch, I was just listening to it as I was working, and what I love seeing people behind a person. So it's almost like I'm not interested in the beard and the cap and the nose strip and everything else. I'm really interested about the person behind that. And when I give myself enough grace and patience, I get to see that. And that's what I saw at this launch, and I really enjoyed it. It was quite interesting how he sold, and all he did was empower other people.
Yeah,
in my opinion. So he empowered people to do something that is part of the golden rules of life, which is the more you give, the more you receive. That's all he did. And it was quite interesting seeing some people in particular say, oh, he's forced people to buy 200 books. I'm like, who forces who to pull out $6,000? It's like,
yeah. And the people marking them safe from paying £6,000 for 200 free books, who completely missed the point of the whole event. And I think we need to call it an event, because he broke world records. I think he got the record for twice, selling the most amount of books within 2 hours, and then selling the most amount of books for any launch, I believe. So it's just crazy what he achieved.
Hi, Selena. Sorry, go on.
Hi everyone. I can't even see who's on. So
no, I'm looking at Instagram. You're on YouTube. Sorry, go on.
Okay. So I don't know when I first came across him, but I did register and watch the launch for this book. I was actually in Thailand, so I was just like laid by a pool watching him, and I can remember when he was doing the deal stack, and then when he told everyone, he said, so this value is like 100,000 or whatever, and I'm not going to sell it here for 50,000. I'm not going to sell it you for 30,000. I'm not going to sell it you for 10,000. I'm not even going to sell it you for 5,000. And then when he came out and it was free, and he was giving an entire course away for free, and it's not just like it's not just a basic course. It's not just a PDF. It's a full-on course that people would pay thousands of pounds for, and he was giving it away for free. That was immense to watch. And then I didn't I don't think I did all the training, and this is part of the problem. When people don't pay for something, you don't value it in the same way. If I'd paid £5,000 for the course, I probably would have finished it. Whereas because it was free, I did some of it. I've not done all of it. It's one of those things that, because it's always there, you can go back and watch some of the videos and come back to it. But the leads was great, and that definitely, like, I've always been quite good at getting leads anyway, so I was even more excited for this this money models one. because I feel like this can really help to increase the amount of money you're bringing into your business and make sure you've not got any holes in your leaky bucket, and help us to scale those businesses basically.
So what came to me, and I'm actually going to do a post about this, was that the people, because if you're not an entrepreneur, you probably won't know this guy. So the fact that there was so much backlash from entrepreneurs, here's my thought on this, and I'm doing a post about this, is the resistance that people had from a business model. For me, it just made me think, well, what chance do you have in your business? Because the resistance that you have to the money, to the business model, to somebody's success was astounding. And when people look at their businesses and they're struggling, or people aren't paying them money, and then they're getting frustrated, it's like, well, all they're doing is just mirroring what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like, all they're doing is just mirroring. They're mirroring you, because like attracts like. So you've attracted people who are scared of spending, and then you look at your launch and go, oh my God, it didn't do well. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, you've also got the people who were almost ungrateful for the free stuff that they got. It was almost like they were expecting it. And to me, that again, that comes through gratitude. It's like, where's the gratitude in receiving this and saying thank you? And even just sort of like telling other people about it. And then lastly, it's about the knowledge of giving back. So rather than, there's 4 points. So rather than having a go and saying, oh, people have bought 200 books, go back and really get your facts straight and listen to what he was saying, because all he's doing is encouraging that everybody should have one of these in their households, so that if everybody pays, say, $10.95 postage, which is what it is, then everybody gets one in their home, and they can read it and do the work and make more money. And from his perspective, he's like, when you buy, yes, I make money, but most importantly, I can then come and buy your business, which is what a lot of businesses want anyway. They want to be bought out. And then finally, what was the last bit? So good. There's a final bit that I'm sure I'll come back and remember and stuff. But it all comes back to the laws of life, how we really want to be seen, how we want to be edified, how we want to support each other and stuff. And he just got broken down for that. And it's just like, when did we stop being, or maybe we never did, but when did we stop being supportive of one another? And even the inclusion bit as well, the inclusion bit of, calling him a cis white male and stuff. It's just like, what on earth? Like,
don't get me. So that was, I witnessed this comment saying that, oh, it's just another cis white male, and that filled me with anger. And one, I didn't know for certain that it wasn't like
it's Lebanese.
His father was from Iran, and fled during the war to France, and then like studied to become a doctor. So he does come from a family of immigrants, but that doesn't, like, even if he was just a white man, that doesn't take away from the fact that he's achieved this amazing thing, and with his wife Leila as well. And I know she gets a lot of abuse, so there's a lot of people who accuse her of being trans, and whether she denies being trans, that whether she is or whether she's not trans, she shouldn't be getting abuse for it. So by calling him a cis white male, like, you're taking away all these things that he's actually struggling with. Like, he's getting abuse for being married to trans woman. He's getting abuse left, right, and centre for his success. And I think the problem with the world today is that we really struggle to celebrate success. It's like you can become good. Like they said, they want to lift you up, and then when you get too high, they're like, no, sorry, we're not allowing that to happen. And it's just a really negative mindset. I see people like this, and I go, if they can achieve it, if that person can achieve this, then that means that, like, I can also achieve it. Other people can achieve it if we want to. But the thing is, most people don't actually want to achieve that level of success. I don't know if I want to achieve that level of success. But that's fine.
I do. Listen, I had my calculator up, right? Every book he sold, I was like, is it £73 million? $73 million? $83 million. I was
just
I was picturing I was picturing the beach. I was like, okay, I'll lay by the beach, I'll do some work, but for now I'm just going to rest for a bit, then I'll come back and do some. I'm like, 100 million. Like, what was really cool that I really enjoyed, it was the whole it was the whole fact that he'd said he was going to do is the fact that he said he was going to do, he was selling $100 million launch. Is that what it is? Is that what this is? This is a launch, right?
What? Yeah, it's a launch. Yeah.
Launch. And he literally has hit 100 million. Like, put it this way, even if he made 80 million, well, he's made more than that, I know for sure. But even if he made, say, 80 million, I would still class it as $100 million launch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was just so cool to watch somebody do it live on air in real time and stuff. It wasn't made up or anything. That was it. So here's another thing that I noticed. And again, I'm going to write about this to my audience, not just everybody. But what was so cool, and I don't know if it was staged or not, but he was filming, Alex was filming, and this couple walked past, and the guy says to him, "Oh, I love your content." And Alex goes, "Oh, thanks, dude. Are you coming to the launch?" And he went, "Oh, is there a launch?" He went, "Yeah." He goes, "Going live on the 16th." He went, "Oh, yeah, I'll check it out." And Alex turns around to the people, not to the camera, just he goes, "See, we think we've done a lot of work. No, there's people that still don't know about us. There's people that still don't."
Yeah.
And it had me laughing. And I was like, whether it was staged or not, like, if people don't know about Alex, as you alluded at the beginning of this, how many people don't know about you?
Yeah.
Small little you, where you think you've done all the marketing possible. How many people don't know about you? So it was quite.
Yeah, you think you've said enough, but actually you need to say it a million times more, and there'll still be people who it's not sank, like the message hasn't sank in. Like, we're bombarded by messaging every single day, aren't we? The amount of ads that appear when I'm scrolling through Facebook. Then I go onto Instagram stories, and the same ads are following me around everywhere. Like, you're going to miss things that actually you are quite interested in. Like the amount of adverts I've got from Alex. So I actually pre-ordered the book. It were a good few weeks ago now, so it's arriving on the 26th. So I'm excited to actually have the physical book.
Tuesday. Yeah,
is that Tuesday? Yeah, so I'm getting the physical book delivered. So
yeah.
Because I pre-ordered it, the pre-ordered ones were dispatched first. I'm guessing there's a lot of printing that needs to go on with like that amount of books. But I saw it first on an advert. I get emails from him, like the amount of emails that were going out during the launch period.
Listen.
And then we're going, God. Oh, I emailed them twice in one day. Have I sent too many emails?
But this is the thing, is that he was emailing left, right, and center. I was like, dude. But do you know what, though? Not one single email annoyed me or got me frustrated, because I was at the point where I was like, I want to know what's happening. What's happening now? Where are we going now? And it was so clever the way it was
intriguing done. And what I love about, like, Alex obviously took this from Russell, but how he addressed every single objection someone might have. Like, so you're thinking, oh, but how would I distribute 200 books? I don't want to get a delivery of 200 books on my door. And he's like, you don't have to worry about distributing them, because we're not going to send the books to you. We'll send you your copy, but then we'll come back. You give the link to the person, they put in their address, and we'll ship it to them. like, so straight away that objection, because last time, so I bought this copy of the book off somebody else who'd ordered 3 copies, and that was one of the things that came up in the last launch, that people didn't like the fact that they had to like then get the books to other people. So he addressed that, and he addressed like people like, oh, I can't afford 6,000. He's like, no problem, you can pay monthly. Here's the link to sign up monthly. There was just constantly like every single thing you could think of, every reason that you could think to say no.
Yeah, he addressed
he brought
it.
something out. Oh, that was the one. So the one of the, so I didn't sign up to the 6,000 thing. You know, I'm a sucker for signing up for things, and I mean, I did. I was tempted. Maybe with a sales call, I might have. If you're listening, Alex, give me a call. But one of the things I thought was like there was so much content there that it was giving away. And this is when we saw Russell Brunson speak in London. This was one of the things where I nearly didn't sign up, but then I did end up signing up. Was that there was so much. I was like, I'm not possibly going to be able to watch and read and digest all of that information. Yeah. And then he obviously knew that people were going to say that, because straight away he was like, I've designed these books to be like bite-sized, like short. You just one sitting and you can read the book. It's not like a full, it's not like a Bible size book. It's like just short bite-sized information. It's the stuff that actually like you really need to know, and none of the chat GPT phrase, none of the fluff that you do to bulk out a book to make it something interesting. So I loved that objection handling. I thought that was just amazing. And then bringing out the guests who'd all got examples of how they've made it work for them.
That was very good. That was good. That was impressive. That was impressive. I didn't order the book. I don't know why I didn't order the book, but I was more interested in the launch than the book, because somehow I always get the book anyway. So I wasn't too fussed. And actually, I'm in 2 high net worth groups where there's people that have bought the books and you can get it from them. But I must say, when I saw what you got, even if you bought the book from someone else, it was incredible. Like the stack was just amazing. And I'm really excited to get my hands on it. So I get pretty much everything really. The question that I had, and maybe this is for somebody else who's watching. So during the live, he was like, where you would normally pay $99, you can now get school for $9 and what have you. But when I've gone to the link to have a look, there's $99 is still there. So I'm just wondering what that is.
I think that's one of the things that I think a lot of people are being uncertain on. So I think he focused so much on trying to make sure that he got the world records for the book launch that the school thing kind of doesn't feel like it got the right amount of attention. A lot of people don't know what's happening with that. I've heard a few people online saying that, and I think on some of the ads that were popping up, people were commenting that, saying that they didn't understand how they got the 3 months free and then kept it at £9, because he made out like it was that £99 one that was now reduced, whereas people are saying, oh, you've been able to get it £9 for ages, but that's for if you just use it as like a hobby, whereas the £99 one is if you use it as a business owner. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I think I probably got about 2 hours of it. I didn't watch, like, it was on for like 7 hours or something, wasn't it? So I didn't quite understand how I was supposed to access that offer. So it could definitely have like done that a little bit better, made that a little bit more clearer so that people knew what they had to do. But that doesn't take away from everything else that he did that was amazing and fabulous.
No, I mean, the only reason why I'm asking is because I've been looking at school for over a year now, and I know I'm going to go on it. So I really wanted to take on the offer. But it's quite interesting because the 14-day trial, which is going out, is just, I think it's running out soon. But in the same vein, he's also been promoting the other day, the 90-day trial at the same time. So I want to take advantage of that and get the £9 offer. So I want to know, I mean, it definitely doesn't take it away from the launch, because that's not what it was about. But I want to know for sure, because I want to jump on it. And I think the deadline, and again, I don't know if the deadline is the same that he's given for people who purchased, but it finishes on the 23rd, which is in like 2 or 3 days time. So
yeah.
yeah.
So a couple of things that I took, so he was on 7 hours talking to people. I'm guessing he did that because he wanted people to be able to join at any time, and he kept repeating that same message over and over again. It was the website link, wasn't it? It was like, go to acq.com. I kept repeating the link over and over again. So that was something that I was like, right, I need to make sure that when I am launching, I'm making sure that people know exactly where they're going, and they've not got that excuse, so I didn't know where to buy it. And then I loved that it came back on the next day and almost did another full launch for a similar amount of time. Like, people thought it was just going to be a replay, but actually it was back on again. And then I believe on the day after that, it did like a Q&A session as well.
Lives. It did three lives. Yeah. So it was 2 like fresh lives, and then the third one was where he actually took his phone and he dialed people's numbers and answered the question. And there was one girl who missed it.
Oh, well. There was such urgency there as well. It was like, this offer will expire. So, like, I think he had bonuses expiring at the end of the first live, and then he had and the whole offer was expiring at like midnight on the Monday or something like that. So it was a really short window. So a lot of the time when we're launching, we're doing it, and I'm just about to do my first proper launch in September, because I've been more of a wing it girl. I am no longer a wing it girl. I am now launching properly, and I will let you know how that goes. But I'll definitely take some inspiration from what Alex has done. But I think the urgency throughout to know that this is the deadline. And so what I was saying, it was often people launch and the cart's open for a week or maybe even 2 weeks, whereas this guy was like, no, 3 days. If you've not signed up, this offer is never going to be available again.
Yeah, I mean, I've, I was going to do my launch in September, but I've moved it to October. But one of the things that we've done, hi Mohammed. Mohammed said, I really want some advice because I want to build apps in the future. Also, I'm documenting my journey on YouTube. So what advice do you need? Ask the question and we'll have a look and see if it's within our scope to answer, Mohammed. So I've gone off piss now, haven't I?
You were saying about launching in October.
Yes, so I'm launching in October, and I've been taught to leave the cart open for a week, and I think the more loyal your audience is, and the bigger your audience, I think you can afford to make it slower. But here's the thing: it's not. He's not. Yes, the launch is happening, but he's still selling the book. So you can still go onto his website and still buy the book.
Yeah.
But it's the bonuses. So the bonuses are the ones that are limited. And the bonuses are so good that you have to buy, you want the bonuses because that's what makes the offer a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah, it was almost like, so I think the people who were saying Mark safe from buying 200 free books for £6,000, I think these people thought it was about the book, and actually the book was just like a side piece.
They didn't read it.
The book almost becomes irrelevant. People don't care about the book. People care about everything else that you get with
it's experience,
the offer.
This is why I'm so surprised that fully grown individuals who claim to be business people just didn't get it. It was just like, it's like, have you watched it? Have you really understood what he's trying to do? No. All you're hearing is it's that whole Chinese whispers thing, isn't it? It's like you've heard one piece of it. And the thing is, these same people would be so upset if somebody misinterpreted their offer in the same way. which is so funny and stuff. But it's like, but you haven't gone and listened. You haven't listened to what he's saying. He's not selling. He's not necessarily, yes, he's selling 200 books, but that's not the premise of it. He's like, have you got 199 people whose lives you want to change? If you do, here's your option. If you don't, you can buy one book like you did. You bought just one book.
Yeah.
There's the option to buy one book. So you could go and say, do you know what? I just want to buy 10 books. You buy 10 books and you pay it out. So the money that he's made, and when I say the money that he's made, the money that he's sold, because he himself said it cost him millions to do this. So God knows how much.
Like the amount he must have spent on advertising and the team.
Just the infrastructure, infrastructure. So I mean, the people that were working on it, when you go to the he took us to one of the distribution centers, and the people that were working on it, all those people need paying. So I think my point is so it's like by the time somebody's gone through that whole exercise and stuff, and and so you realize that it's not just about pocketing money, and and when you see the money coming through, not everybody bought 200 books. Not everybody bought 200 books. I know a couple of people who did, and I can see that when you're in a room and you're being told, do you know what, and stuff, it's like, it's good to give back. The more you give back, the more you'll receive. I can see that being emotionally triggering for you, where you go, oh my God, I want to help someone. But nobody's forced anybody to fork out $6,000. And if you're that person that needs to be, if you're that person that will spend at any take and go, then you need to go do the work, because it can't be his responsibility. And also, here's another thing. He kept on saying, I can't guarantee success. He was like, I can't guarantee your success. He goes, it is what you make it, which I thought was really commendable.
Yeah. Anyway. I think the amazing thing about people like Alex, like Russell, like Myron Golden, they're all, it's all, they're marketers, but they're more like scientists. They're here to experiment. So everything that they do is with such intention and purpose, and like they do everything on purpose, because they want to see what works. So like when Alex was talking about how he's been running all these sessions for different business owners, for different types of business, different size companies, and he's been running all these different workshops, and they've been benefiting from it because they've been getting his advice, but he's been doing it not to make money, but for research purposes, to see what the problems are of these businesses, so that he can collate them all together, and he can look through it, and he can go, right, the main problem that business owners have when they're in the early stages, X, Y, and Z. The main problems that people have in the businesses when they're six figures is this. When they're at $1 million, it's this. And it's all about experimenting and testing and measuring. And this is like marketing. It's all about testing and measuring. And people are so afraid to get started because they expect that their first launch will be like Alex's launch on Saturday, and they expect that they're going to be able to get amazing results straight away. But when you listen and look at his story and where he started off, like he started off at the ground and he's worked his way up. He's not just got successful overnight. And I think that's the people look and think, oh, he's just lucky. He must have rich parents. He must have all X, Y, and Z. But actually, he's just being determined. He's kept going, even when times are tough, even when he's about to run out of money. He keeps going and he finds a way out, and he's climbing up that ladder to be one of the most successful people and he's lost, of our time.
Yeah, and he's lost money twice. He says he's lost literally he's been on his knees twice, and I don't know what he classes now he's been on his knees, but I know I've been on my knees, and everybody's got a different version of being on their knees and stuff. So I think I could definitely see that. But I remember when he said, he showed the book 2 years ago, and he went, I've written it. I'll have it in 2 years. So And people like Myron and Russell, they're just at a different level, right? And Alex, they are at a different level. They're at a different financial level. They've put the work in, they've made the bucks and stuff. They can afford maybe to do the sort of research that we could only possibly dream of, and what have you. So they've done all that. But they are the big boys. They're coming from a, you know, they talk about £1 billion, and it's not something that's shock anymore. They make it comfortable to talk about £1 billion.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I love Tony Robbins. Like Tony Robbins, a lot of people go, "Oh, I hate Tony Robbins." For me, when you sit in a space with Tony and stuff, Tony ain't talking less than 7 billion and stuff, and it's spoken like it's just the most natural thing in the world. And I love that, because the more we become comfortable with that, I think the less we're going to reprimand people for making money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For being successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Definitely. I was watching Myron Golden's YouTube channel a week or so ago, and it was talking about when he thought he was super successful. He was making 30 grand a month. He thought it was like height of his like business entrepreneur career. And then he went and someone was like, "Oh, 30 grand, brilliant, you're just getting started then." And he was like, "What? Just getting started? I thought he thought he'd reached like the peak, and now he can do like £1 million in a month." And I think when you hear people like this talking about it at the moment, to me, if I was doing 30 grand a month, I'd be like, yes, this is like, that's where I want to be right now. But to think that there's people that are making 100 grand a month, who are making £1 million a month, who are making 10 million a month, like it makes me feel like excited, I think. And I know I said I don't know if I want that level of success that what Alex has got. I think it's the pressure and the fear that would hold me back from wanting that.
I think when you disconnect from it, because it's not who you are, it's literally your system's working. But what a lot of people forget is that Alex has been audience building for 2 years.
Yeah.
So he's been creating loyalty for an extra 2 years. A lot of people forget that. So I don't follow Alex loyally. I am at the moment, because he's everywhere. But his timing couldn't have been perfect, going on Diary of the CEO, and also, isn't that just so cool that he could actually go onto the Diary of a CEO and be the first panel there, and it was him and Daniel Priestley and Cody Sanchez and stuff. It's like epic gathering, and he was there, and literally you go from there to he does a launch. It's like the most strategic thought process ever, to make sure that the other speakers can be in the room on the date that aligns with his launch.
Yeah.
That's something that just doesn't, like you said, that's so intentional. So he's been doing this for 2 years. So it's not something like he thought, "Oh, I'm going to do a launch. We'll do it next week. Let's get on it." And he's actually put the work in. So you get out what you put in at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I know what did you call this video? You were very
clickbait.
What we didn't like, very clickbaity with it. And I think it's interesting, because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about like what he did wrong, and these people that are talking about what he did wrong are definitely have never done $100 million launch. So like, for us to sit here and go, "Oh, he did this wrong and he did that wrong," well, imagine if he'd have done absolutely everything right, how much money he'd have made.
Well, my friend, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, for me, it was very long. I couldn't commit 7 hours to sit there and watch it from start to end, but I don't think you needed to. I think in just the 2 hours that I was watching it, I got the message loud and clear.
My friend Leila, so Leila liked my posts. I put a post out calling people out, and Leila liked it. And then, do you know what I did? I went on into like down the rabbit hole, going, is it a real profile? Is it the real Leila Hormozi? It was the real Leila Hormozi.
Wow.
But she said something in this vein, saying you've all criticized him, but none of you have done that. None of you have achieved what he's achieved.
Yeah,
So
how can you criticize somebody who's achieved way more than us? But that's what they always say. You'll never have people above you throwing like shade and criticism at you. They're too bothered. They're too busy being successful to worry about what the people
100%,
below them are doing.
100%.
It's always going to be the people who are jealous of you because they're not achieving what you're achieving.
Yeah, 100%. And so if he doesn't even know you exist, so slack him all you will, is what I say. That's a good one. I enjoyed that.
Thanks, Alex. Let us know what you think.
Alex. Yeah. We've bigged you up.
If you want our feedback,
no,
get in touch.
more like, what should we say? If you want, we should deserve royalties for this because we're promoting your book. So the extra 1 or 2 that gets sold after this, eh? Yeah, no, a great launch. Can't wait to read the book. Really looking
I'm just
forward.
like, where is he going to go next? That's I can't wait to see where is he going to go next. Well, I think that's the thing, when you get to that level, it needs to be something else that's completely mind-blowing. What is that? Do you think it might be $100 million sales?
I don't know. Well, he's done it. He does a sales. No, he does an offer thing. He has an offer.
So he's got offers, leads, money models.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
okay, I think I'm putting my money on sales. So let's see. 2 years time, we'll check in.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say he'd written another book, did he? He didn't say he didn't do what he did.
So I think he has written one, but I think it's coming as part of.
The stuff he wrote, he's promoted it. You weren't on there, but he did promote it. He did show another book that he's written, but that's not. I think I'm talking about sort of like in 2 years' time. So here's my thought process around that. Russell has done a massive change where he's no longer doing his event. So he stopped doing the event. Cardone has done the same. Myron Golden has done the same. He stopped doing his event. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's been thinking of something else, or if they're all going to go down a similar but different line, because they all feed different areas in the business world, don't they? So we'll wait and see. Right? We will. That was good.
Good to see you all.
Good to see you. Have a great. Well, it's Wednesday. It's only Wednesday and stuff, but have a great end to the week. Somebody said they wanted advice, but they didn't ask us a question. So let us know the question, and we'll speak to you later. Have a good one. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.